Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, Detective Comics number 962. All right, so basically John Paul Valley and Ascalon, little baby Ascalon, are internal, and they are having this very violent discussion with each other. John Paul refuses to join Ascalon, and Ascalon, obviously, he doesn't know everything, but what he does know, he knows in absolutes. Typical kid, right? So, what happens is, first off, the scenery here, this very opening image is absolutely gorgeous. The first page is amazing. It's like a take on Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel ceiling painting. Absolutely gorgeous, as if it's more accusatory than anything else. Take another look at it if you didn't get that. But yeah, Batwing basically creates a new AI, as was explained last issue, where it's based on Batman. So he is. More specifically, it's based on his best attributes. So he's confused, John Paul Valley, he's confused if he's Batman at first. So yeah, I think we're going back to that Knightfall thing for real. We've actually got the old Knightfall costume. It's really cool, guys. It's genuinely really cool. By the end, he says, no, I want a different costume. But this was, for any of us old-time Batman fans, this was it right here. So at this point, though, he's sharing two dangerous AIs. He's sharing Batman's AI, for one, and he's also, which is the most dangerous vigilante in Gotham, possibly in the world, and he's also sharing Ascalon himself. So there's that. So he could be getting a little bit confused at this point, John Paul. He's got two different voices speaking in his head. Now, to move it forward, it turns out that Ascalon is actually his brother. Nomaz dies in this issue. Yeah, it's actually kind of sad. He does, he's your bruh, and then he gets his throat sliced by Ascalon. It's like, dude, come on! So he winds up dying. He does get a couple cool parting words. It's a little sad. It's a little sad when you're reading it. This essentially ends because Zatanna comes along and puts the Gnosis sphere, in Ascalon's hand. And what she says beforehand is so damn sweet. It's so sweet. And I'm telling you, man, if he wasn't already getting with Black Cat at this point, which is just dumb in my opinion, yeah, the Zatanna thing would actually be kind of cool. I'm just saying. That's just me. Anyway, how do you say you're married backwards? So he puts it in. She puts the Nososphere in Ascalon's hand, and he kind of freaks out a little bit. But then he realizes two things. He realizes, most importantly, that hey, you know, we're brothers, and you actually love me. You actually love everyone and everything. And this is a version of God that I'd never experienced, that I couldn't have possibly known. Holy crap! So at the very least, he realized that he didn't know everything. So that's actually really cool. He also realizes and tells Bruce Wayne, Batman, that Tim Drake is still alive. Oh yeah, and that's it. That's the gist of the details right there. So here we go. Bang. We're on a course that could be collision, good or bad. And Batman is actually scared. He admits to John Paul Valley later, who, you know, is really hurt after this. Let me tell you something. He's hurt bad. But he talks to me. He's like, listen, I'm actually scared because anybody who could hide Tim Drake from me, the power this person wields is unfathomable. And he might just be right. At the end of this, John Paul Valley's dad is in the Swiss Alps and finally has a seat at the table. The table, I'm not sure exactly everything that's happening here, but it almost looks like it's Ra's al Ghul. And please, by all means, in the comments, if you guys were able to get a better understanding of what this person's face looked like than me, please set me straight, because that looks like Ra's al Ghul, and there's so much happening with Ra's al Ghul currently that it's kind of frightening to me. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. I'm going to give this comic in and of itself a B+. This was amazing, but again, so much detail and so many details that aren't fully explained inside of here. And the whole story kind of felt like a bit of a touch-up before they go into metal and whatnot, but we'll see. Anyway, guys, oh, don't forget to make sure you check out Green Lantern. It's going to be a little while before I get that review up, if I can even get that review up. There's a huge metal crossover in there, just saying. Anyway, guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.